Where's his hair? Ugh, Hey all my Lushies and welcome back. Today's scent of the video is the Butterball Perfume Oil. I would actually much rather have more perfume oils opposed to like the perfume sprays, purely just because of the format of the sprayers don't always necessarily agree with my skin. But the perfume oils, because they are suspended in an oil, this one being jojoba oil, definitely agrees more with my skin. Butterball scent, named after the classic bath bomb that is in Lush, the one that has all the little bits of cocoa butter in it. Smells like that. It is amazing. I'm not normally a fan of Ylang Ylang, but in this format with Butterball, I love it. I really do hope they come out with more perfume oils just because they are really good for people who do have any kind of sensitivities, and definitely bring out Butterball. Yeah. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the best Lush products for dry skin. So here in the northern hemisphere of the world, it is wintertime for us. Southern hemisphere, it is their summertime. I've actually been in Australia in end of January, February, so I've seen a little bit of their summer and I don't think I could survive in that heat. And it wasn't even that hot when I got there compared to what I hear it can be like. Plus 47, this Canadian brain can't even like comprehend what that could actually be like. But for us in winter climate right now, I don't know about the rest of you, but this is when my skin is the driest. Specifically, February time for here in Calgary, this is when my skin just gets so like dry and cracky, and when I want to just like layer myself in like a vat of lotion. Calgary has definitely a more drier, arid climate, which is like even more heightened in the month of February. I remember hearing years ago that actually in the month of February is when Calgary can be drier than like a desert, which I definitely feel it sometimes. So I wanted to share with you guys, in my opinion, is the best products at Lush for if you have dry skin. So starting off with is, of course, the body lotions. I think Lush makes some of the greatest body lotions, and they have a really good wide selection of lotions that you can choose from. Some that are more designed for like full hand and body, ones that are designed just for the hands, because the hands definitely go through a lot, especially even more so still continuing this year. As we're washing our hands, they dry out a lot. So there's definitely a whole hand care range, but I mainly just use the body lotions as hand and body lotions for everything. I would say my top ones, and especially in our household, is the Dream Cream. This one is lovely if you have sensitive skin, if you get eczema, anything like this. It is one of my top favorite lotions. It doesn't really have an overpowering scent. It is lavender and chamomile, but I find them personally really nice and gentle. Anytime I've had kind of like, usually my knuckles always seem to get it the worst, and that's where I can end up getting a little bit of eczema. Dream Cream is what has saved them every time. And as we all know, this pretty much went viral. Was it like 2 years ago or a year now? When somebody put it on their baby and it helped like clear up the eczema. There's people who I know buy it in like the big massive tubs and they go through it in like a month, which if it's helping, awesome. It's also nice with Dream Cream is that it absorbs into the skin fairly quickly compared to Charity Pot. Charity Pot, I would say, is definitely their most moisturizing out of all of the body lotions, but it does take a moment to absorb into the skin, which I think is what puts people off of it. And sometimes the scent. I think it's the aloe vera in the Charity Pot that people smell, and maybe that's kind of what puts them off. But it really is a lovely one. I don't reach for it often, only when I really need that extra hydration and I have a moment to kind of let it settle in and do its thing. And it's still also really good for sensitive skin because of that aloe vera, for the calming aspect. I can always tell when my like legs are getting extra dry is in my jeans. It kind of has that feeling of not totally sandpaper, but it has that like scratchy, weird feeling. That is when I know, okay, it's time to like super condition, hydrate this skin right now, right away. And that's usually what I reach for, the Charity Pot, to like punch it in the face, get rid of that dryness. So if you've never tried the hand lotions from Lush, I would definitely recommend. I would start with like a Dream Cream, or if you really like lavender, do everyone's favorite, it seems, is the Sleepy. So I would definitely recommend going into your local Lush or online and ordering a pot of like the Dream Cream. Believe me, your hands and your body will love you afterwards. The next product that I think from Lush that is really good if you have dry skin, this one actually focuses more on your hands specifically, and I think it's one that is totally overlooked, and that is the Golden Handshake, the hot hand mask. This is one that I remember when I was working at Lush that I always would have to explain to people because they would always be super confused. Pretty much most of like the solid products outside of like bath bombs and bubble bars and kind of shower, people would be so confused about. They're just like, I have no idea what this is. Really surprised when I'm like, well, it's a hand mask. Like you literally do the usual, put it in a cup, boiling water, mix it, melt it, da da da. This is definitely a product when you want to do the extra hydration. You have that moment because obviously when you mix it up, slather that all over your hand, you need to sit and wait and you let it absorb into the skin, and then you just wipe off the excess. There would be so many times I would have to explain to people that this is not a single use item. This is one that you can probably get, I would say, at least 4 uses out of it, at least, depending on how you used it and also how much you use it. All you needed to do is that after you've done your first go around, keep it in an airtight container. You can pop it in the fridge or leave it on the counter, I think for about up to a week. You can reheat it either in the microwave or kind of do the double boiler if you want to. I don't think I've ever done that. Mainly after the first time I used it, I would then just use it again as like a hand lotion because it was still just a really nice moisturizing hand lotion. And then that way you've got so many more uses of. So not only is it a super hydrating mask, but also I think was really good value for your money because you could pretty much get like one of the 250 gram pots worth of product in just this little bar. And I think it was about half the price as one of those containers would be. So economically wise, that's really great. I would actually love to kind of see them go more of that route. That would, I think, would be a really good way for them to start going into like the more naked ways, but with the lotions, opposed to doing like those solid ones that they have. Like, I understand the point of those ones. I think people do prefer to still have like the lotion version. So this is kind of like a way how they can sell it in the stores. People can go home, use their own containers to do that, and still kind of like be in line with their ethics. What do we think, Lush? More solid hand products like the golden mask? So the next products that I think are really great for combating dry skin is the Scrubby. Scrubby or even the Buffy, any of the like shower body butters, exfoliators that have lots of like the lotion on them, I think they are amazing. I've heard it recommended that moisturizing in the shower is actually better because it helps with locking in the moisture. And I'm also a big believer of before you moisturize to do a bit of an exfoliation. Mainly that way you're getting rid of like the dead dry skin, and so then you just are hydrating the skin that you still have. That sounds really weird. My personal favorite is Scrubby. I think it is amazing. It's the Honey I Wash the Kids scent, so it's that little bit more like caramel toffee. Freaking adorable as all crap. And I love that it's certain you do get the nice exfoliation from like the ground up coconut shells that's in them. Do not try this on the face. This is a below the neck body only. I love this one the best for like my legs and my arms, just so they really get a good deep cleanse. And then you just like rinse off the exfoliation bit and it leaves it so nice and hydrated. It is amazing. It's so worthwhile. You can definitely get lots of uses out of this one. And you smell like caramel. Like, who doesn't want to smell like that, right? The next products that I feel are really good for combating dry skin are Lush's body conditioners. I think they're amazing. Mainly you are supposed to use them at the end of the shower. You're supposed to slather it on your body and just rinse off the excess, and then it's going to leave your skin super hydrated. But I do know lots of people who do use them as body lotion. I would say play around with both, see what works best for you. I personally have never used it as a body lotion, but I can see definitely why people would want to use it that way. Right now in store, I think there's only the 2 kinds that you can get. Tingle, Rose Argan, which I am not really a fan of Rose Argan, mainly because, as we know, I do not like the Rose Jan family. Tingle is a really nice one, but for right now, not exactly the best choice. Purely for the fact is that it is a cooling down body conditioner. If you haven't tried Tingle or Chris Tingle, get a sample, try it out. You will understand what I mean. Definitely use it on the skin. Don't use it on any kind of nether regions, because you'll understand why very quickly. I would really love it if they added like a third one that wasn't obviously rose, wasn't like the cooling one. Like, it would be amazing if they did. Let's have American Pie be year round. That would be awesome. I mean, really, in a nutshell, the body conditioners, they're an in the shower body lotion. That's what they are. They're pretty much just like jam-packed, super hydrating body lotion they use in the shower. That's all it is. I actually asked on my Instagram, what are some of your guys' recommendations for best products for dry skin? So here they are. A lot of you totally agree with the Scrubby, with the Dream Cream. The New Zealand Lushie also recommended Eau Creamy Dreamy, which I think is definitely one of the most hydrating shower gels that we have. That one is pretty much Dream Cream, but in a shower gel format. And it's one of the few shower gels that actually comes in a pot because it is so much thicker and hydrating than any of the other ones. And it's also really good for if you do have any sensitivities or you don't want too much fragrance. I also totally agree with Kelly in the Bathtub. They recommended Skin Shangri-La for the face, which that is actually one of my favorite Lush facial moisturizers. It is definitely one of the most hydrating ones that they have. It's kind of tied, Skin Shangri-La and Skin Drink are kind of I feel tied for top moisturizing ones. I personally prefer Skin Shangri-La. It is amazing. You smell like an oatmeal cookie. It is so hydrating. Actually, I need to pick up a pot of it. They also recommend any of the Body Milks, which the Body Milks is a really new product that we only actually just got to see the first one this past Christmas in the Yognog Body Milk. I would love to see more Body Milks and the array of different scents that they could come in. The Bathing Beauty also recommended Sympathy for the Skin, which is a body lotion, which I feel nobody talks about as much as they should. Super hydrating, really great for sensitive skin, and it has bananas in it. So it has that banana loaf smell. It is one that people overlooked, but I think it is amazing. So totally agree with that. Bathing Goals and Bath Archive, they both talked about Lush hand care products. They mentioned Helping Hands and Lemony Flutter. Those two are ones that are great, that are definitely thicker ones that are focused more on the hands. Lemony Flutter is more of a cuticle butter. So that's really great for obviously your cuticles or on your knuckles, just to really give that super concentration. And Rocket City Lushie recommended Handy Guru, which is the one that I think has a bit of a tinge of green, because I think it's the nuts that are in them. And Madame's Cosville, they actually recommended the Therapy Massage Bar, which they use actually as a body conditioner in the shower, which kind of makes pure sense. Use it in the same way as a body conditioner near the end, just rub the bar all over, rinse off any excess. Sounds amazing. What I actually like to do with my massage bars sometimes, break a chunk of it off, pop it in the hot bath, and it's just gonna melt and add creamy hydration to the water. Amazing. Thank you to all my Lushies who sent in their favorite dry skin products. I always love to hear what you guys recommend and if there's something new and amazing to try. So what are some of the products you guys use to help with your dry skin? Let me know below. I always love to hear those out. Anyway, that is everything for me today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, amazing weekend. We have so much snow here. I'm sick of snow. I'm sick of dealing with snow. I love it when I can stay inside and I don't have to deal with it. The minute I have to go outside, deal with it, it seems like everyone in Calgary forgets how to drive every time it snows. Even if it's been snowing the week before, we all are what is this? I'm so looking forward to just staying at home or only having to go to one place and there it is, and not having to deal with it as much as I have been the last few weeks. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all again next week. Bye! Mwah.